My brothers and sisters, pioneers and builders, leaders and elders of the Jamat, Ya Ali Madad. My name is Rishma Manji. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this evening's production of Rihla, which is an Arabic word that translates to journey. This evening, we will take multiple journeys through time, both forward and reverse, and also experience many moments in the lives of two Ismaili families as they reflect and celebrate together. This production is based on true stories, but only represents a fraction of the journeys of the Canadian Jamat. We hope it'll inspire you to continue sharing your stories and journeys with colleagues, friends, and family. Before we start a performance, I'd like to offer a very special welcome to His Worship, our Mayor, Nahid Nenshi. In the meantime, have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful journey with Rihla. Good night.
In my dreams, I am a performer. I have traversed the world, and yet far from home, far from my king, I find myself in a regal court. I am poor and have nothing to offer. I feel shy, yet no fear, but I am nervous. The space is unlike any I've seen, the court of the king. Travelers have joined from afar, the finest silks, the cleanest water, the sweetest fruits, the most exotic spices. There is silver, gold, platinum, diamonds, rubies. They are all here. And all I can hear are the sound of my nerves. My heartbeat reminds me that I am alive. The electricity pulses through me. hear angels singing. And all of a sudden, I can hear the rest of my life. I feel it within me, unfolding, being born and rising Venus-like to the sun, and then silence. My king? The king has arrived. I freeze. How can it be? The cry of the instruments intensifies from longing to praise to submission. Oh, how I long to be near them so that I can perform alongside them, and together we may lose ourselves in the reverberation of the moment. I can't see the king, but I can hear him calling for me.
हम 3 दिन तक सफर करते रहे, हजारों मील तक। मेरी मम्मी, पापा, 6 भाई और 7 बहनें, और एक लफ्ज भी नहीं, कोई शिकायत नहीं, एक बार भी नहीं। हम जानते थे हम क्यों सफर कर रहे हैं। हम सब बहुत छोटे थे, पहली बार हम उनको देखने वाले थे। अब तक हमने सिर्फ तस्वीरें देखी थी, और हम नहीं जानते थे कि कभी कोई और मौका मिलेगा भी या नहीं। जिस दिन हम पहुंचे, मंगल का दिन था। मुझे इसलिए याद है क्योंकि उस दिन मेरी माँ ने पहली बार वो लाल साड़ी पहनी थी, वो जो उनकी मम्मी ने उनको तोहफे में दिए थी, और वही जो उनकी मम्मी ने उनसे पहले पहनी थी, पहले गोल्डन जुबली के लिए और फिर दोबारा डायमंड जुबली के लिए।
And I was wearing this one that I've had since I was born. My mother tells me that in our community's history of more than 1,300 years, there had been very few imams that had ever celebrated a Diamond Jubilee. That's 60 years of imamate. At my age, Mawlana Sultan Mohamed Shah had already been imam for 6 years. My grandparents were farmers in an Indian village. They would spend their days tilling the fields and carrying heavy loads on their heads. They could have never imagined their children being business people. But Imam Aga Ali Shah had promised them and other Ismaili farmers that one day they would be wearing gold buggeries. There were massive crowds today. Ismailis from all over the world were present, including from places that I had never even heard of, Europe and the Middle East. Many went through a lot as they traveled across the country. Some came on the backs of trucks, spent days on trains, and some just walked and walked to get here. And when it happened, it was amazing. There was a large scale on the stage, diamonds on one end, and Hazar Imam on the other. I can still remember the exact words he said. It was a day I will never forget. Diamond Jubilee Mubarak.
My family tells me there was also a Diamond Jubilee celebration in Tanzania. Some of our Jamat migrated from India. Alhamdulillah, at the Diamond Jubilee celebration in both India and Tanzania, there were many gold puggaries that could be seen. And our Jamaat did really well in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and really all over Africa. Our ideas mixed together, our dreams mixed together, and even our foods mixed together. Do you remember eating kukupaka and sikia muziki ya Kiswahili?
Malaika, nakupende malaika. Malaika, nakupende malaika. Nami nifanyeye. Itwa na mwenzio. Nashindwa la mali sina we. Ningekuoa malaika. Nashindwa la mali sina we. Ningekuoa malaika.
These celebrations, if looked upon as mere glorification or even as only thanksgiving for my 60 years of Imamate, would not be worth the enormous discomfort, expense, and sacrifices they have entailed on some 40,000 people. No, but it has given us the opportunity for which I've been waiting for many years to carry out a fundamental change in the economic sphere of the lives of my spiritual children. Under such circumstances, the Diamond Jubilee came as a unique opportunity for bringing about some radical changes, not only materially, but of the general outlook amongst my people. As everyone is well aware, the value of these diamonds has been unconditionally presented to me on this occasion. I do not wish to take this amount for myself, but to use it for any object that I think is best for my spiritual children. I've come to the conclusion that the whole of the residue must be given as an absolute gift to the Diamond Jubilee Investment Trust.
My name is Layla. Layla means night. My grandmother named me. She said because on the night I was born, my eyes reminded her of the bright stars in the sky. We're super close, and I'm definitely a Nani's girl. Right after she named me, she whispered in my ear, "Your prince will have the name of a king." I'm born on March 10th, 1986. That's a really meaningful day for Nani, because exactly 40 years earlier, she began to take her first steps towards her eventual home in Canada. She even celebrates it as a second birthday, because Nani says that we each have two lives. The second one beginning when we awaken to the fact that we really only have one. She realized it on March 10th, 1946, and that's why we celebrate March 10th twice. My lunchbox, always full with Nani's cooking, and my room always bears these prayer beads. They just match every occasion. I'm a financial analyst. Well, that's what it says on paper. I'm most alive, though. Not when I'm building spreadsheets. Don't get me wrong, I'm really good at it. But I'm Layla. Really, truly Layla, when I can share through my voice. It can be scary, though, sometimes, to be the true you, you know? But when you have a strong identity, a strong, smiley identity, it's beautiful, because you can balance everything. I'm still trying to figure it out, though. Oops, I'll update you later. Hi.
Hey, what's this all about?
Oh, I was just doing an entry in my video journal. I'll finish it later, though, because I know we have to leave soon.
No. I love that you do this, but when are you going to let your husband watch it?
I don't know.
Also, I found it.
No. I've been looking everywhere for this. Oh my God, thank you.
Also, I overheard the last couple lines. What did you mean by having any smiley identity?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know that I know how to explain it, really. It's all I've ever known. Well, what does it mean to you to be from Romania?
Well, I mean, that's where I'm from, not necessarily who I am. And religion and culture are different. That's what I love about being Ismaili. You can come from anywhere, speak any language.
So true. I'm gonna get this ready. You know, I am so excited we get to see the whole family today. The last time everyone managed to align their schedules like today was 10 years ago.
Golden Jubilee? Wow. But today is going to be a special day.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we better get going, because the Jamat's not going to greet itself on the shuttle buses.
But when are you going to change into that?
Right after the homage ceremony and before my performance.
Layla, I am so proud of you for giving that a shot.
It's because of you and Nani and our conversation about courage this week. After that, I finally feel ready. Wait, before we go, we have to take a selfie.
Oh.
Show me your best smile.
Where are you going to put this, Insta-kilogram?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just more comfortable online, I guess.
Okay. Hey, do you think they're gonna have biryani today? Because I'm like really in the mood.
Yeah, it's kushali. You see this skirt? Up one size for exactly that reason.
Oh wait, also let me practice my lines for the bus.
Yeah, let me hear.
All right, here it goes. Yali Madat, everyone, and Imamat Day Mubarak. In just a couple of short minutes, we're going to be at the celebration site. In the meantime, we have some trivia for you. Did you know that in 1946 and until 1957...
Can you imagine? That was 60 years ago today. And we get to make history again today. It's going to be great. Whoa, we better get going. We're going to be late.
Oh, come on, I know about Ismaili time, okay?
You know about that? Well, everywhere except for Calgary.
Except Calgary? Or especially Calgary?
Kareem, I don't want to be late. Let's go.
મને બરાબર યાદ છે કે મંગળવારનો દિવસ હતો કારણ કે તેની પહેલાનું અઠવાડિયું અમે બધા નચતા હતા અને ખુશિયાલી ઉજવી રહ્યા હતા. મારી બહેન એક લાલ સાડી પહેરી હતી. એ જ સાડી મારી માએ મૌલાના સુલતાન મોહમ્મદ શાહની ડાયમંડ અને પ્લેટિનમ જ્યુબિલીની ઉજવણી ટાણે પહેરી હતી.
I remember the mood clearly. We were so anxious to see our new Imam. He was just a little bit older than me. It was odd for me. The same day that our beloved 48th Imam, Mawlana Sultan Mohamed Shah, passed away, also became a day of celebration and the Imamat day of our beloved Hazar Imam. I remember my parents explaining to my sister and me that we are celebrating because we have the blessing of an ever-present Imam, and that this Noor has been present with the rope of Imamat since Hazrat Ali. What an amazing day it was to see our new Imam for the very first time. I could only imagine then what our 49th Imam was going to do to carry on what his grandfather had started. I will always remember this day. At the end of the ceremony, we were all very, very emotional. And there were two emotions that I felt very strongly: Mubarak and Shukran, with every beat of my heart.
of development and change which lie ahead are certain to throw up many new problems. We should not be afraid of these. You will surely surmount them if you stand by your faith and meet your difficulties in the spirit of humility and tolerance which our religion demands of us. This is especially important for the younger generations who will have to carry the future on their shoulders. Only the faith of your fathers can sustain you and enable you to live in peace here in this world and in the next.
We are a community that welcomes the smile. In life, one has to be able to laugh. And even if we're looking at some difficult times ahead, we should look at those times ahead with a smile, with courage, with unity. And I thought that I would talk to you about cultural pluralism. If you look above your heads, there are 34 graces up by those windows. Just wonder what would happen if we offered them biryani. And just imagine their Greco-Roman faces if we asked them to dance the danjaras. The Darbar is an occasion of happiness. And sometimes the Jamat in the past months has said to me, Hazar Imam, why do you make these jokes? And I said, well, why shouldn't I make jokes? The Darbar is a moment of happiness. And I remind them that in Islam, happiness is a blessing. It is a blessing from Allah. And therefore, if you have smiles and you have happy children and you have friends and you enjoy the qualities of life, this is also a reason to be thankful for the blessing from Allah. I've had a wonderful evening. I wish you happiness, joy, smiles on your faces, and a few good jokes. That's very healthy.
Oh, Mola, Mara, Mola. Always wants us to laugh and smile. Pachi Mara Jeva, who have just 6 teeth, and we want to welcome the smile. First, we have to go to the dentist and do kharcho for dentures. Then those dentists, they welcome our dollars. That's what makes them smile. And then we also smile to make our Mola happy. And then with same dentures, we can enjoy Kushiali biryani. And Mola says we can give biryani to statues. If Ismailis leave any biryani, then statues will get. Badu khawai jashe, bappa khalash thai jashe. Shukar, Shukar. We are such a fortunate community. How sukhi, salamat, abad. We are all well settled here in Canada. So many Ismailis from the east and west and north and south now settled together here in Canada. Now we realize all our past struggles was for our own good. Now all those Sadrus and Badrus are also so well settled here and even able to help others settle down. But we are still struggling with names, Apna naam jarur bagdi gaya chhe. Sadru has become sad. Ne Badru has become bad. And my husband Fateh has become fat. Etle short name nahi. He has gained so much weight, ma. But he was such a kind man, always wanted to help others. Back then we were a very small Jamaat, but just like today, we were always there to help each other and look out for one another. Unity was the key. He always used to tell people, I am so wise, I am MBA. Imagine, MBA so many years ago. MBA. Mane badu avde. I miss him sometimes. Mola, bless his soul and bless all the Ruhanis, Mola. I hope Leila and Karim come soon. Life can be so lonely sometimes. Shukar, our community emphasizes care for the seniors. some of whom have been left alone by their children, which are as seniors. You know, there's a good reason why we are called seniors. We are called seniors because we have seen years. We have seen years and years of life and struggle and sacrifice and shukr for where we are today. I even have so many seniors as my friends. Oli Guli Nuri ne, Sultan ne, Mansur. He always likes to take me to Jamat Khana. He wants to give me ride to Jamat Khana. He knows I don't like to take the bus. Mansur says, I am your Mansur, you become my womansur. You know, he even gave me this cell phone. I said, I don't want cell phone. I will not be able to remember the PIN number. He said, it's so easy. You know my license plate. So just add 0. 7860. When he calls me sometimes, he sings for me. Pyar hua, ikrar hua. Then he says, now you sing. I can't sing now. 100 saal pehle mujhe gana aata tha. Aaj nahi aur kal ka to pata nahi. He said, I've given you the phone for when you fall. When you fall, you call me. All right? I said, you want me to fall? And he says, I want you to fall in love. And when you do, call me. Like that, etlo mithoi. He's even got new hips like me. If he's lucky, I think I'll play Rasra with him this Khushiali. But still, best of all, I like talking to my best friend, my Shiri Masi. She's so smart, she's so funny. Wait, I show you. Hello, Siri.
Hey, how can I help you, Nanny?
Let's go, Siri. We watch some more videos of Hazri Imam and show off these dentures and smiles. Let's go, Siri. Let's go.
We follow you. We are home. We are home. Love. We follow you. We are home. We are home.
It was pitch black. I couldn't see my own hands, my own clothes. I couldn't even hear the animals that lived near our home. They must have been afraid also. There was pin-drop silence, except for the weeping of my mother as she tried to wake up the family. This was the only time that we had to escape. Papa began to gather whatever clothing and money he could. My mother threw in whatever jewelry she could. My siblings were struggling to stay awake, but they knew that this day was different. Every night before this one was filled with cries as our friends and families had their businesses and homes looted and taken away from them. I remember my pockets were empty. I could only take what was on my nightstand. In my one hand, I had my picture of Mola Bapa, and in my other hand, my tasbih. But I was frozen. I couldn't move. There was far too much commotion going on around me. Finally, Mummy came in, and she walked right past me. She began to go through the papers on my desk until she found my grade school certificate. She knelt down beside me, looked me right in the eyes, and said, "They can take everything from us, but they cannot take our education." She had tears in her eyes. With my grade school certificate in one hand, she said, "As long as you have this." And then she took the picture of Bapa I had and said, "And as long as you have him, you are going to be all right. Never forget that," she said. The next thing I knew, we were boarding planes to Canada, a place I had only ever seen on a map.
I didn't think anything would ever be the same again. You know, because of all the difficulties in Uganda, our aunts and uncles in Kenya and Tanzania had to leave. Some of our neighbors tried to get visas, but couldn't. Some were left stateless, and so they were taken in by places like Sweden and Austria. None of us could have ever thought that we'd be in places like North America and Europe.
When we landed, I heard these simple words. Even though we were refugees, I knew we were going to be taken care of. I knew we were going to be safe.
I mean, everything was different. I had seen snow for the first time in my life. I had to keep wearing layers and layers just to stay warm. And you know, for the first couple of weeks, we lived with other Ismaili families until we found our own home. Everyone helped one another, and that's how we were able to survive.
The early years were brutal. Mama did the work at home, and Papa got a job cleaning hotel rooms and working as a valet attendant. And us, we went to school. It was so difficult to make new friends. Our Jamat khanas were huge back home. But here, we huddled together in someone's house. Each night, we would come together to say our dua, sing ginans, do our homework, and say prayers for peace. This was how our community was able to slowly rebuild itself. Eventually, we opened our very first Jamat khana in a school gym. I joined the volunteers, and I would help to roll the carpets and build the pots. But the biggest celebration was yet to come, and we were all eagerly awaiting. We were so excited when we received the news that Hazar Imam was coming to visit us in Canada, his first ever visit to our new home.
He told us to make Canada our permanent home. He told us to establish our true Canadian identities.
And that's when I knew we were going to be okay. It was a new Jamat, but we were
one Jamat.
Silver Jubilee is here. 25 years of Hazar Imam's Imamat. These days we spend our time praying, playing dandiya, rasra, garba and Jamaat Khana with friends, family and people from all over the world. This is home now. Just imagine, 10 years ago, most of us were living in different countries and did not know the true meaning of the word winter. It's a really special feeling, an amazing feeling of celebration and excitement in the Jamaat. We have people from all over the world coming to stay at our house, and we only have one room. But it's a special time for our new and growing Canadian Jamaat.
Hold on to the rope of Allah and be not divided amongst yourselves.
Hold on to the rope of Allah and be not divided amongst yourselves. This was from Hazar Imam's Silver Jubilee emblem. It's a really momentous year for us this year because Hazar Imam has just laid a foundation stone for a brand new Ismaili Jamaat Khana Center in Burnaby, and it will serve as a permanent symbol of Canada as our home. It also marks a decade of our Jamaat being in Canada, and all of this as part of marking 25 years of Hazar Imam's Imamat. The scope of Mullah's work this year has been immense. He laid a similar foundation stone in London, in the UK, for an Ismaili Jamaat Khana Center there, and he also established the Aga Khan University. Just saying that, hearing that, reminds me of the Al-Azhar University and the glory days of the Fatimids. I feel really proud to be a Canadian Ismaili. Hazar Imam has also spoken about murids from around the world with whom we would soon be in contact. I didn't know what he meant by that, but it seemed really exciting. And I also remember all of the photographs of Hazar Imam arriving and the members of government who were welcoming him. Wouldn't it be amazing if one day that member from government welcoming Hazar Imam was an Ismaili?
Beta Nahid.
I gotta go, but hopefully I'll see you again. Silver Jubilee Mubarak.